I'm Keegan Shivers.
And I'm Nick Shivers.
And this is the Shivers Report, where we give you the most up-to-date real estate information
in the world!
And more specifically in the Pacific Northwest. So we've kind of talked about this in our office a little bit. I mean, I got my license in 2021, have really jumped into it lately, so I haven't felt as big of a time span in the different markets that we've felt since early 2000s, like you have, like some of the other agents that are on our team have felt since 2010s. And the sentiment is this right now for agents is one of the toughest markets since 2008, 2009, with the amount of transactions that we're going through. Right. What is the difference kind of from that time, which was a very hard market, to what a tough market looks like right now for agents?
And when you say that time, what is that?
2008, 2009.
Okay, yeah. So they're completely different.
Yeah.
2008, 2009, we're kind of at the same amount of transactions, but those transactions were different.
Yeah.
Back then, it was REO and short sales.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, the longest transaction I ever had. It took almost 4 years to get done.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a short sale. My client moved to Spain, and they came back, and we finally got the deal together. And the only way we got the deal together, so it was a short sale. And the bank kept saying, no, 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 no. And I kept explaining to them that this property was built on 2 lots. And one of the lots was not owned by the current, and they didn't encumber that lot. The bank didn't encumber it. So I said, okay, you can foreclose on this property, but you're going to have to tear half the house down because it's on a lot that's not owned by this person. And then they finally approved it. So that deal took 4 years. So and now it is, we have sellers that are hoping it's back in 2022. And you got buyers that are hoping it's 2019 to 2018.
Yeah.
So there is a total battle there, and it's changing. In certain areas, it's still a seller's market. In certain areas, it's a buyer's market. And another thing, I think, because some of our senior agents, they weren't around in when the short sale days. They went through what I call the heaven of real estate. When it was you listed a property before it even went live, you had 10, 15, 20 offers, hundreds of $1,000s, waiving everything.
Yeah.
And now that market is gone. Now we still get multiple offers on dialed in properties in great locations priced correctly. Yeah. But when you go from the heaven of real estate to one of the slowest periods of transactions, longer days on the market, more price cuts with expectations of sellers here and expectations of buyers here. I mean, it's just a lot of, and that's why, Keegan, we at our team, we preach, you have to understand what's happening in macro and micro economics.
Yeah.
And so you can show your clients, both on the buy side and the sell side, what is actually happening. Because most news out there, I mean, you got the crash bros and crash gals saying that the market's crashing. In certain areas, home values went up this year.
Yeah.
In certain areas, they went down. Right?
Well, I mean, I got a good buddy who's over in the Chicago suburbs, and he's talking about they're looking to purchase a house, and they are fighting with 10 offers, 15 offers, 20 offers in these Chicago suburbs that are very enticing for people. So when we talk about real estate, I mean, it's hyper local. Here, that's what we're feeling. Over there for them, it feels like 2021 again because everybody wants to move to those areas. Right. So it's all about demand. It's all about demand. That's what it comes down to. And I think also the difference from what I'm hearing you say is 2008, 2009 was kind of more of a bloodbath.
Yes.
There was really no choice. Everybody was flocking to the markets because they had to.
They had to.
Jobs were being lost.
Yes.
Mortgages weren't being paid. Defaults, everything of that sort.
Distress.
Yes. This is more so, there's no reason for people to be moving right now, especially if they have 2, 3, 4% interest rates on their mortgages.
Yeah. There is not. That is such a great point. Because, and this goes back to the crash bros and crash gals. Unless you have forced selling, you will not see a crash. We're seeing a crash in the multifamily commercial market because all the saving grace now is fixed rate debt in the residential market, and then in the commercial multifamily market, that fixed rate debt expired a year ago this year, and now you're seeing massive distress in that market.
Yeah, and that's the only thing right now because commercial's feeling it. I mean, they've been smashed, and maybe they'll get smashed some more. We don't know. It just depends on what that looks like, because isn't there, I thought I had read something about on the commercial side of things, they're just getting saved right now they're getting bailed out to be able to refi those properties at some point. Is that correct?
They're talking about that. And that's another thing, that's government intervention. And I don't really like that, because usually it's putting more money into the system, and the middle class and it gets smacked a little bit. So I'm not a big proponent of these people. Now, again, if the developer works a deal with the bank, that's between the bank, but I don't like government money going in to save when you're a bad business owner and you are doing things that don't make sense. I don't think you should be bailed out. That's business.
Yeah.
Let the market do its job.
Yeah.
And that will wash through eventually. Back in the 2008, 2009, 2000, that was Main Street people getting wiped out. So I'm okay a little bit more with that, because that's the people. But if you're a bad business and you're just going risk, I don't care because I know the government's going to bail me out, I don't like that.
Yeah. And I think in comparison to the 2008, 2009, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it feels like those areas of new construction at mass scale are feeling those very decreased prices.
Right.
I just had an appointment yesterday with a lady who bought in 2023. She bought it for $415,000. We're most likely going to sell her home for under $400,000.
Right.
Just 3 years later.
Anywhere where and when did she buy? Like just a few years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you bought anywhere around new construction or downtown condos, we were just talking about that one where the lady bought it for what, $650?
Yeah.
It's been on the market with another agent for like a year at what?
Now they're at $538,000.
So $100,000 difference, and it's still not selling.
Yeah.
Okay, those areas are beat up big time in the residential space.
Yeah, those ones are feeling it. I feel like if you're not a have to sell or a have to buy right now necessarily, and you're living in a property that you do have a good interest rate on, maybe you're not feeling it as much. But if you're have to sell, that hurts. Because if the job move, it's not a choice that you have. And at the same time too, so in our transactions, how are you setting expectations now when the last time people bought or sold was 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 versus what it is now today? Because it's a lot different. Some people I've talked to, man, it was not like this the last time I sold my home. It is not like it was.
No.
Buyers feel like they have more control right now in certain areas,
Mm-hmm.
specifically where we're at right now. I mean, we just saw a $35,000 repair addendum that came in on a property that I had.
Right. Yeah, and on the flip side, we just had a deal where the property was appraised a year ago at 1.1, and we sold it for 1.25 cash. So I mean, there is no one market.
Yep.
There are hundreds of micro markets, and again, people think that decisions are made logically. They're not. But you have to show people, okay, here is the facts. The thing that I tell people when they're like, oh, I'm going to wait until the market gets better. Well, we're in a depreciating market, not even factoring in inflation. And let's look, since 2020, you're still up 35%.
Yeah.
If I would have went and talked to you in 2020 and said, hey, you would be up in 2026, you'd be up 35, 40%. Would you be happy? Absolutely. But now you're thinking, oh, I lost 6%. I lost since the peak. So you have to you show them the data and then and I think agents get emotional themselves, and they're like, oh my gosh, interest rates are... No, focus on what you can control. You can control your activities. You can control knowing the market and explaining it to your client, and then your client makes the decision. So that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Stay in the areas that you can control. You can control your knowledge, and you can control your actions.
Yeah, and I think communicating that from the start is really important.
100%.
And being just direct of where we stand and what it takes to get your property sold in today's market.
Yeah. I think agents get in it because they like people.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be the person that just says, here's the reality of the market.
Yeah.
And that's hard for agents.
Yeah.
And taking your real estate test doesn't teach you that.
No.
That's on the ground.
A lot of
beat up.
people wish it did. Thanks for tuning in to the Shivers Report. If you have any questions about real estate in the Pacific Northwest,
We have you covered.